Well, the battle for Bengal is heating up with Prime Minister Modi and Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee holding two blockbuster simultaneous rallies this afternoon. Prime Minister Modi flagged off his West Bengal poll campaign officially and he lashed out at Mamata Banerjee. He also promised the people of Bengal Sonar Bangla or Golden Bengal if the BJP is voted to power. Now, at this massive rally at the Brigade ground, he attacked the TMC government for letting down the people of Bengal. Now, 570 kilometers away from this rally, Mamata Banerjee marched simultaneously with an LPG cylinder to protest the price rise. Here's everything you need to know.
टीएमसी का खेला से खेला खत्म, विकास शुरू.
The now familiar slogan, Khela Hobe, ruled blockbuster Sunday in Bengal politics. But nothing sporting about the head-on collision between Mamata Banerjee and Narendra Modi.
As Prime Minister Narendra Modi landed in Kolkata for a massive rally, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee countered his rally by starting this Padyatra in Siliguri.
Didi?
Mamata Banerjee and Mr. Modi attacked each other on multiple points: Tolabaji or extortion, syndicate Raj and Parivartan.
Tolabaji, syndicate, commission cut, आपने इन घोटाले किए हैं.
बार-बार बोले तोलाबाजी, सबसे बड़ा तोलाबाज तो अपनी. Syndicate? What syndicate? India knows only one syndicate, that is Narendra Modi or Amit Shah. There is no other syndicate.
Crowds at both places, Siliguri and Kolkata, spilling over. At Brigade Parade Ground, sporadic scenes of chaos. At Siliguri, Ms. Banerjee's march against the price of gas was packed from one end to the other.
কেরোসিন পাচ্ছেন, কেরোসিনের দাম বেড়েছে, গ্যাসের দাম বেড়েছে, পেট্রোলের দাম বেড়েছে, ডিজেলের দাম বেড়েছে.
The Prime Minister did not refer to fuel prices at all in his hour-long speech, diverting instead to Mamata Banerjee contesting from Nandigram. Referring to her scooter ride the other day in Kolkata against the fuel price hike, and he said that she was taking a scooter from her old constituency Bhawanipur to Nandigram, and he hoped she wouldn't fall off and hurt herself.
हम नहीं चाहते किसी को चोट आए, लेकिन जब स्कूटी ने नंदीग्राम में गिरना तय किया है तो हम क्या करें?
Stealing a lot of thunder from Mr. Modi and Ms. Banerjee was BJP's new star, Mithun Chakraborty. A Trinamool MP till 5 years ago, he changed colours today and delivered a punchline rivaling the one that is legendary.
আমি জল ঢোড়াও নই, বেলে বোড়াও নই, আমি একটা कोबरा, गोखरो আমি.
मिथुन चक्रवर्ती तो हमारे दादा है और मोदी जी को देखने आए हैं हम. परिवर्तन के लिए, सोनार बांग्ला गढ़ने के लिए भविष्य है. मिथुन चक्रवर्ती आया तो और भी बहुत मजबूत हो गया.
All eyes now on 2nd May, the day the votes are counted. With Didi Shankar, Anirudh Tripathi and Saurav Gupta, Monideepa Banerjee, NDTV.
Well, the battle for Bengal indeed is heating up. Priyanka Tibrewal, leader of the BJP in West Bengal, joins us. Chitra Sanyal, senior journalist, also with us. We'll also be joined by Saugata Roy, Lok Sabha MP of the TMC in just a bit. Chitra Sanyal, I want to begin by asking you, Mamata Banerjee versus PM Modi is what it appears to be. What are we to make of these simultaneous rallies, almost, attacking each other on very similar ground?
Rishika, I would say that today's BJP rally was certainly very impressive. And I could see the crowd, they were really there to see Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So the battle is seriously between Modi versus Mamata Banerjee. And in Bengal, if you see this space of anti-incumbency has been totally taken over by the BJP, and people of Bengal somehow feel that it's the BJP which can throw the Trinamool Congress out of Bengal. So we have seen it in the last Lok Sabha elections also. People in Lok Sabha almost voted as if they were voting for the assembly election to get rid of Trinamool Congress government in Bengal. And now it's the assembly elections. And I could see from the enthusiasm within the people how much that will be translated into vote. That's a big question. But certainly people of Bengal have started taking and believing that it's only BJP which will be able to overthrow the Trinamool Congress government in Bengal. And that's the reason they have been able to gather so much of support in a very short term, in a very short, very short time.
Right.
So I could say that, Ishika, yes, you see the rally today, which happened in the brigade, it's a huge Maidan, which was almost BJP cadres. So this is a fight certainly between Narendra Modi and Mamata Banerjee, because in Bengal, BJP has never been able to come to power. So they have nothing to show in Bengal. So they're only on the central government.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Completely agree with you. One of the reasons why the BJP is, emerging as this principal opposition alternative is also because the opposition ceded that ground. That's a topic for another discussion altogether. Priyanka Tibrewal, it was very interesting to see parallelly Mamata Banerjee holding up these LPG cylinders, carrying out a march almost simultaneously to the Prime Minister's address. It was very interesting to see that visual, and it was a very powerful visual because there were a lot of women, as a part of that rally. No reaction, however, from the BJP just yet about the LPG cylinders or price rise, which Mamata Banerjee seems to be capitalizing on. What are you making of it? Do you believe that it can dent or damage the BJP's prospects?
See, there is no place left here in West Bengal, and there is no way that TMC can make a dent or damage BJP here, because we have already seen the Samarthan of people is with BJP here. See, coming events, they cast their shadow before only, and you can understand that clearly from today's rally. And Mamata Banerjee walking a few miles with the hoardings of a cylinder is nothing, because we have all heard the admission of Mamata Banerjee, where the Chief Minister herself admitted that she drafted the entire budget, the entire finance budget on the treadmill. So she is capable of doing anything. But apart from that, see, today Mamata Banerjee is speaking about the cylinder, she's speaking about the petrol prices, and I think she's aware that how and on what does the price of the gas or the cylinder or the petrol depends on. It's on the international market. But now she's trying to make this an issue. But I question her here. It is her government who is in power from the last 10 years in West Bengal. And in 10 years that you have done nothing, you have nothing to speak about development, because there is not a single industry which you have set up. Leave apart any big industry, there's not even a single toy industry which has been set up by Mamata Banerjee. So she has nothing to speak on development. So what will she speak?
It's interesting,
so she's
Priyanka
bringing out these issues.
No, but very quick follow-up question. It's interesting because we've seen, whether it's the Prime Minister or the BJP president, whoever's campaigned in West Bengal so far, it's almost a very direct to meme. Mamata Banerjee says something and there's a fierce counter by the BJP almost immediately, but no reaction to this big rally today. There was also a jibe at the scooter falling in Nandigram, but no reaction to the LPG cylinder.
The reason behind this is that this is an election which is in relation to West Bengal, and we will speak or take jibes on or make comment on whatever has happened in West Bengal, what the government has done in 10 years. So that is the reason I'm questioning that what has the government done in 10 years? Because people of Bengal, they are only talking about 3 T's, the 3 famous T's, which are Tolabazi, Tushtikaran and Tanashahi. Law and order is a state subject, and which is a failure we have seen here. People are being killed and murdered in West Bengal. There is no democracy left in West Bengal. Tushtikaran, we have already seen her minority appeasement.
Saugata Roy,
and Tolabazi also, we have witnessed everything here.
Okay, Saugata Roy, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. I don't know if you had the chance to listen in to Priyanka.
I can hear you.
Okay, I don't know if you had the chance to listen in to Priyanka Tibrewal, but she's accused the TMC of destroying democracy My question to her, of course, was why there was no reaction from the BJP on the LPG prices and Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee's rally today. But my question to you is this now, Saugata Roy, a direct contest between Mamata Banerjee and Prime Minister Modi with these simultaneous rallies today?
Yes, it's a direct contest between Mamata Banerjee and Modi. Modi feels that Mamata is the only one standing up to his authoritarian ways. So he must demolish Mamata Banerjee in order to maintain with his authoritarian ways. That's why he has made it 1-to-1 contest. The Prime Minister of the country has time to address 20 rallies in Bengal. He has no other work. The farmers have been camping outside Delhi for more than 100 days. He has no reaction. Gas cylinder prices have gone up to 845 rupees. He has no reaction. Earlier he was propagating that he is giving Ujjwala free. Now nobody can buy the second cylinder. The Chinese have occupied territory north of the Pangong Lake. He has no reaction. He has no reaction to the fact that still some states are showing a spike in COVID. He has no reaction. All his time, energy and jibes are left for West Bengal because Mamata is standing up to his bullying. That's why Modi is not acting like the Prime Minister of a country. He is acting like a quarrelsome, small-time state politician.
Okay.
That's why I lower my head in shame when I hear him speak.
Okay.
That this is the standard which Jawaharlal Nehru's Prime Ministership has come to.
Okay. Okay. A quick question, Saugata Roy, on the TMC rally today. It was very interesting to see so many women marching with Mamata Banerjee. You've also given 50 tickets to women. That's almost 17% of your ticket distribution. How important is the woman vote?
The woman vote is very important. Mamata herself is a woman leader. She has shown how a woman from a very lower middle class family can rise to the top of the political hierarchy in a state. And women are today bothered most by what is happening in their kitchen due to Modi government's raising of LPG cylinders price. That's why they are responding. You will see that there will be bigger rally by women in Calcutta tomorrow, and it will all be against Modi.
Okay.
And this will slowly spread to other parts of the country, we hope.
Okay, very interesting. Chitra Sanyal, do you want to come in there? Very interesting to see this entire strategy, women rallying behind Mamata Banerjee. It was a very powerful visual that we're putting out on our screens at the moment. And also the ticket distribution, almost 17% going to women. How are you assessing this?
Absolutely, Ashika. What Saugata Roy also said and pointed out that there were women who were rallying behind Mamata Banerjee when she was talking about and doing a padayatra on the rising prices of petrol, diesel and cooking gas. If you remember, when Ujjwala project came up, Modi ji actually targeted women. He actually made it as a campaign point to get the votes of women. And this is actually happening in Bengal today. Mamata Banerjee picked up the right issue today and rallied women. Women could actually relate to that issue of her campaign. And today, if you saw that padayatra, women were there and they were actually talking about it, how Mamata Banerjee, being a first woman chief minister of West Bengal, has actually understood what they face at home, how the rising prices of LPG, petrol, diesel are affecting their life. So I could guess that women could actually relate to Mamata. And that's why there are women who are dead followers of Mamata Banerjee.
Right.
And she has been able to gather the votes of women over the last 10 years.
All right. Well, it has indeed been a power-packed day with two blockbuster rallies happening simultaneously. One of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and one, of course, of Mamata Banerjee. There's a lot more to still talk about, but I'm afraid I'm completely out of time on Left, Right and Centre. Thank you all very much for joining me. Well, let's now shift our focus to the other big story that we're tracking today. The Delhi Health Minister, Satyendra Jain, has made a very interesting comment where he says that the coronavirus pandemic is nearing the endemic phase in the national capital region. Now, this as the Union Health Ministry, however, has still included Delhi in the list of 8 states that are displaying a marginal spike in COVID-19 cases. What are we to make of this comment? Well, we will be joined by the Delhi Health Minister, but take a look at this report first.
मैंने आपको पहले बताया था कि भी पेंडेमिक फेज ऐसा लगता है कि पेंडेमिक फेज खत्म हो रहा है. पेंडेमिक होता है कि बहुत तेजी से बढ़ना, जिसे महामारी कहते हैं, बट एंडेमिक फेज में जा रहे हैं. एंडेमिक फेज क्या होता है? एक्सपर्ट्स का ही कहना है कि एंडेमिक में मतलब ये बीमारी जैसे H1N1 स्वाइन फ्लू आई थी दिल्ली के अंदर 8-10 साल पहले, तो वो एक बार ही आई थी, पर उसका एंडेमिक क्या है, हर साल कुछ ना कुछ केस आते हैं.
Delhi's health minister claiming that the pandemic phase is ending and the city is entering the endemic phase. But first, what is the difference between pandemic and endemic? Pandemic refers to the spread of a disease beyond national borders, across a continent or even around the world. While endemic refers to the usual persistence of an infectious disease in a given region and affects a large part of the population. The disease remains in a steady state but does not disappear from the population. The announcement comes on a day when the Union Health Ministry included Delhi in the list of 8 states displaying an upward trajectory in daily cases. Delhi's daily cases have gone from 100 to over 300 in the last 1 month. India's top medical body has also sounded a note of caution.
The decision whether it is a pandemic or endemic has to be taken by the scientific bodies like ICMR or the WHO, and it cannot be a political decision, and we cannot loosen our grip and the guarding against this corona infection at this crucial moment, and that will be very disastrous to the country. Let us not argue whether it is a pandemic or endemic, but work hard with sincerity and efficiently so that we will be tied over this crisis.
Recently, the centre had pointed out to Maharashtra that a lack of fear about the disease among people and the state health machinery being lax were among the reasons behind the surge. Delhi should keep its guard up to prevent a similar situation. In New Delhi, this is Sukirti Dwivedi for NDTV.
The Delhi Health Minister Dr. Satyendra Jain is with us on the broadcast. Thanks so much for speaking with NDTV. What did you mean, Dr. Jain, when you said that we are in this endemic phase? It's triggered a massive debate.
देखिएगा, मैं दोबारा से रिपीट कर देता हूँ कि आज सुबह मुझसे पूछा गया था कि दिल्ली में केसेस बहुत बढ़ रहे हैं. मैं आपको एक डाटा बताता हूँ कि 14 नवंबर को दिल्ली में 15% पॉजिटिविटी थी. उसके बाद कभी भी 15% नहीं रही, लगातार धीरे धीरे कम हुई, परंतु कम ज़्यादा में क्या होता है कि 15 से 12 आई, 10 आई, 10 के बाद फिर 12 भी हुई, तो 1-2% ऊपर नीचे होता रहा. 1 दिसंबर को 5% पॉजिटिविटी थी. पॉजिटिविटी मीन्स कि जितने हम टेस्ट कर रहे हैं उसमें 5% लोग पॉजिटिव मिल रहे थे. और 1 दिसंबर के बाद से कभी भी 5% को क्रॉस नहीं किया है. वो कम ज़्यादा होती रही कि 4.5 हुआ, 3 हुआ, 3 से फिर वापस 4 हुआ. और 26 दिसंबर को 1% थी. उसके बाद कभी भी 1% को ब्रीच नहीं किया है. लगातार 1% से नीचे है. तो मुझे लगता है कि मैंने यही कहा था कि भी कॉशियस रहने की जरूरत है, सतर्क रहने की जरूरत है, पर पैनिक होने की जरूरत नहीं है. जैसे महाराष्ट्र में है, महाराष्ट्र में टुडे पॉजिटिविटी इज 12%, 12% पॉजिटिविटी है. दिल्ली की जो आज की पॉजिटिविटी है वो 0.31 है. तो महाराष्ट्र और दिल्ली को ये कहना कि दिल्ली में 100 के 300 हुए, तो पॉजिटिविटी लगातार 1 दिसंबर से लेकर अब तक लगभग 40 दिन हो गए हैं 1% से नीचे ही है. और मुझे लगता है इस बहस में ना पड़ के हमारे को कॉशियस रहना चाहिए. और सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट जो पिछले 1 साल में हमने सीखा है, पूरे के पूरे सिस्टम में ये सीखा कि मास्क लगा के रहिएगा तो काफी हद तक हम बच सकते हैं.
नहीं, ये आप जो कह रहे हैं कि सतर्क रहना चाहिए और दैट दिल्ली के केसेस नीचे गिर रहे हैं, आई एग्री विद बोथ ऑफ दोज थिंग्स, बट डू यू एक्चुअली बिलीव दैट वी आर इन एन एंड फेज ऑफ द पैंडेमिक एज फार एज दिल्ली इज कंसर्न, गिवन द फैक्ट दैट वैक्सीनेशन इज ऑल्सो हैपनिंग नाउ एट एन एक्सेलरेटेड पेस इन द कंट्री? क्या सच में आपको लग रहा है कि ये एंड फेज है कोविड-19 का?
देखिएगा, सबका एक्सपर्ट्स का अलग अलग व्यूज हैं. और पेंडेमिक जो है कि बहुत तेजी से फैलना, दिल्ली के अंदर पिछले 14 नवंबर से लेकर दिसंबर, जनवरी, फरवरी, मार्च लगभग 4 महीने हो गए हैं. उसके बाद से जो एक्सपोनेंशियल ग्रोथ है वो बिल्कुल नजर नहीं आ रही है. स्टेडी डाउन ट्रेंड है और इसको मुझे लगता है कि अब बढ़ता हुआ नजर नहीं आ रहा है. तो जैसे आपने भी अभी अपने शो में बताया, एंडेमिक मीन्स कि सोसाइटी में रहेगा. जैसे H1N1 था, H1N1
नहीं, बट मेरा सवाल आपसे ये है कि अगर आप ग्लोबली देखें क्या हो रहा है, देयर हैव बीन सेकंड वेव्स व्हिच हैव कॉट पीपल ऑफ गार्ड. वैक्सीनेशन, डिस्पाइट द वैक्सीनेशन देयर हैज बीन सेकंड वेव्स that have caught many countries off guard. Even with regard to the rise in cases, चाहे आप महाराष्ट्र देख लीजिए, पंजाब देख लीजिए, केरला देख लीजिए, there are states that are suddenly seeing a spike in cases. It could be attributed to COVID appropriate behavior that's not being followed, or even variant strains. क्या वेरिएंट स्ट्रेन्स आपको चिंताजनक लगते हैं? क्या वो दिल्ली की ये डाउनवर्ड ट्रैजेक्टरी को खराब कर सकती हैं?
आपकी आवाज बहुत खराब है, समझ नहीं आया कुछ.
आई एम सेइंग वेरिएंट स्ट्रेन्स. आर यू वरीड अबाउट वेरिएंट स्ट्रेन्स?
देखिएगा, दिल्ली के अंदर मैं आपको बता देता हूं, दिल्ली के अंदर वी आर कॉशियस. हम बिल्कुल सतर्क हैं, बिल्कुल ध्यान रख रहे हैं. आज जो हमने टेस्ट किए 91,614 टेस्ट किए, मुझे लगता है पूरे देश में शायद हमारे सबसे हाईएस्ट या हाईएस्ट के आसपास होंगे. जो एवरेज पूरे देश का, उससे हम 7 गुना 8 गुना टेस्ट कर रहे हैं. तो पूरा कॉशियस है, पूरे सतर्क हैं, पूरा ध्यान रख रहे हैं. और मेरा ये कहना है कि देखो, अब किसी भी फेज में है हम लोग, वैक्सीनेशन हम करा रहे हैं, उसके बावजूद भी हमें सतर्क रहने की जरूरत है. उसके बावजूद भी हमें मास्क लगाने की जरूरत है. दिल्ली के अंदर पिछले 2 महीने से मैं आपको कंप्लायंस बता सकता हूं कि 2 महीने से मास्क लगाने की कंप्लायंस बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ी है, बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ी है.
लेकिन
उसकी वजह से मुझे लगता है दिल्ली काफी कंट्रोल में.
मेरे सवाल का जवाब दीजिए, क्या आप वेरिएंट स्ट्रेन्स, आर यू वरीड अबाउट वेरिएंट स्ट्रेन्स?
नहीं, देखिए, वेरिएंट्स जो अभी यूके स्ट्रेन था, यूके स्ट्रेन हमारे पास लगभग 140 पेशेंट्स एडमिट हुए थे. बट उसमें से हमारे एलएनजेपी हॉस्पिटल में सारे एडमिट हुए थे, उसमें किसी की एक की भी डेथ नहीं हुई थी. और वो फिर उसके बाद ज्यादा देखने में नहीं मिला. शुरू में आए थे तो डिफरेंट स्ट्रेन्स का भी बहुत ज्यादा ऐसा नहीं है. और एक्सपर्ट्स का ये कहना था कि अभी ऐसा नहीं लग रहा कि कोई नया स्ट्रेन आके एक्सपोनेंशियली बढ़ रहा हो. कि ऐसा नहीं है कि जो दिल्ली में अभी 200, 250, 300 केस आ रहे हैं या 150 केस आ रहे हैं, उसमें से डिफरेंट स्ट्रेन के बहुत सारे केस आ रहे हैं.
आखिरी
अभी तक ऐसा नहीं है, बट हम उसकी जीनोम सीक्वेंसिंग करा रहे हैं.
ओके, आखिरी सवाल. एक्सपर्ट्स का ये कहना है कि whether we are in the endemic phase or whether COVID is going to end, this should be a scientific opinion, not a political one.
नहीं, देखिए, मैं तो शुरू से कहता हूं, मैंने यही कहा था, एक्सपर्ट्स ने ही कहा है, मैंने नहीं कहा है. और देखो, साइंटिफिक की बात बताएं कि मैंने तो 6 महीने पहले ये भी कहा था कि शायद कम्युनिटी स्प्रेड हो गया है. अभी तो पता नहीं, अभी तक माना ही नहीं किसी ने भी कम्युनिटी स्प्रेड हुआ है. कम्युनिटी स्प्रेड अगर देश के अंदर इतने 1 करोड़ से ज़्यादा लोग हो चुके हैं, दिल्ली में लाखों लोग हो चुके हैं, तो कम्युनिटी स्प्रेड को कभी ना कभी तो मानना चाहिए ना. तो मैं कह रहे हैं कि एक्सपर्ट्स के ऊपर छोड़ दिया है कि वो अगर वो मान लेंगे तो कम्युनिटी स्प्रेड होगा, मान लिया जाएगा.
All right. So pandemic versus endemic is a debate that continues. However, it is worrying because there are certain states.
That debate you leave on the experts.
We leave it to the scientific experts. So truth is that Delhi's numbers have been under control, thankfully, Dr. Jain. But COVID is spreading and cases are rising elsewhere. So I think what you said. So what you said in the very beginning कि mask पहनना चाहिए. I think that's very important.
बिल्कुल, सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है, मास्क जरूर पहनिएगा. आप वैक्सीनेशन के बाद भी जरूर पहनिएगा, जब भी वैक्सीनेशन कराए तब भी.
I think we'll end this conversation right there. Despite the vaccine, even if you get both the shots of the vaccine, we hope you stay safe, but don't forget to keep wearing your mask. Thank you so much, Dr. Satyendra Jain, for joining us. That's all we have the time for. Thanks for watching.